Why, hello everybody, it is Kyle here from UnBoxed Autos, and today we're going to go ahead and review the 2021 Kia K5 together. In this review, we're going to go ahead and talk about the exterior of the vehicle, talk about some competitors it has. Of course, we'll go over all of the specifications with you guys, both on the engine and pricing, and we'll find out just how good this really great looking sedan is. Now, anybody familiar with the Kia brand will understand this is their one of their larger vehicles. It's going to replace the Optima. So this is sort of like a Ford Fusion, Honda Accord, Toyota Camry equivalent from Kia. Now, again, if anybody's in the market for one of those vehicles, they're looking at purchasing one, this is clearly the choice to make if you're looking for performance and style at a reasonable price point. In my opinion, this is by far the best looking vehicle in its class. Absolutely love these new signature Kia headlamps as well as the LED daytime running lights. I mean, just look how cool these things look in the daytime here. And we also have this new Tiger Shark grille. Absolutely love the surface here. Phenomenal quality as well. It's just such an aggressive looking vehicle. It even looked good as a coupe as well. I think that'd actually be really cool if they put this into a coupe. But just look at how aggressive that front end is with that really nifty daytime running light. It just looks phenomenal. Now we're looking at the EX model here, which is one of their more, let's go for a higher trim level model that we have going on here. We have the EX specific 17-inch wheels here. We're going, again, in this particular version of the K5 for a more luxurious touch. Right, obviously the car itself is very sporty and we're not going to get away from that, but we're going for a more stately, luxurious touch. We also have the GT line as well. Now the 2021 K5 is offered in all-wheel drive, and there is a GT model which will be available sometime in November. I'm guessing more towards the end of November. That will actually get 290 horsepower, which is going to be very impressive. It is said that it will beat out the BMW 330i from 0 to 60. Again, that will be an all-wheel drive, 290 horsepower GT model. Now, the base model of the K5 is an LX, and that comes with the 1.6-liter turbo, which produces 180 horsepower and 195 pound-foot of torque. Now, the EX model that we have here today is around $27,990. We get some cool features such as a panoramic view sunroof, leather steering wheel, leather seating surfaces, and some nice interior touches as well, which we will go over in a moment. But obviously, as you guys can see here, the car has really good lines. I mean, just check this rear panel shape out here as it kind of curves down right into the back. Just an absolutely beautiful design. The designers did a phenomenal job making this car look very sporty. As it comes down here, droops quite just so nicely into the back end. We also once again see here the signature Kia lighting right here on the corner right there with like the check mark. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Then as we follow it across here, you guys can see we have these little independent LED lighting strips here which make their way across the rear hatch and then end right there. So to give you guys another view of that right there, it just, again, it just looks so good. This car really does look far above its price point. And again, definitely my favorite vehicle in this class as far as styling goes. Just the front looks phenomenal. The back looks great. We have dual exhaust integrated there up into the rear panels right there. Well, in this particular EX model, it's actually not real, but it's more for styling. And then on the GT model, it will be fully functional. So there are those lights again. Looks phenomenal. We have the Kia right here, Kia logo, at least the current one anyway. EX trim, K5 right here. We also have this button right here to open the trunk. Good amount of trunk space. It's average for this segment. We can also pull this here to flip the rear seating surfaces down as well for extra storage. We have a couple different colors going on here in the rear. As you guys can see, we have a style accent right there, and then we of course have the two-tone chrome bumper along again with that sort of piano black finish. Goes nicely with these wheels. I particularly like this gray color on this vehicle. Again, it matches the wheel color two-tone very nicely. I think it really shows off the athletic appearance of the K5 with this particular color combination. As far as functional features on the exterior, we have keyless entry right here and lock. You just press this. Now, this is one sort of complaint I have on this particular vehicle. I think it would be much nicer, obviously, if they had it integrated into the door handle to be, like wireless, so you didn't have to press a button. This kind of looks a little weird. This black button is kind of standing out there. It's pretty noticeable. Also, for this model, we have the black trim on the mirrors. But overall, I think that everyone will agree this is a very good looking car, especially for this segment and especially at this price point. People even on the street, they'll be like, what is that? I'm like, that's a Kia. It's their new sedan. They're like, what, really? So even though sales of sedans are down right now, people are opting more for SUVs, I think that really impressive cars like this will draw more people to sedans. So now let's go ahead and check out the interior, which is where everybody's obviously going to be spending a lot of time. Now again, this is the higher trim level version, and you can immediately see from when you open the door this really, really nice natural grain looking wood here that we have throughout the interior trim. It just looks really nice, very simple, very calming place to spend time. Then we have these very large metal door handles, which are a phenomenal accent piece throughout the interior. Very easy to grab, feel very well made as well. We have two different settings there for seating, and then we have the optional Bose sound system as well. There's a speaker right there, another larger speaker down here in the door panel. I love this little design accent right here, how it kind of blips up from the side, makes exiting the vehicle very easy. If you don't want to grab right here and push, you can just push from right here. So not only is it a functional piece, but it also looks neat as well. High quality trim pieces throughout. The mirror, even the mirror button feels really good. Lock and unlock buttons feel very solid, as well as the window controls. Everything feels very high quality. The seat here, the seating surfaces are decent. There's, they're a little more comfortable in my opinion than the Sonata seating surfaces. Could use just a tad bit more support, but otherwise they're quite comfortable. We do have lumbar, which is nice, and then of course your standard electric adjustments. As we go ahead and step inside here, we will notice the very open concept that we have going on here. And as well, once again, this really nice wood trim throughout flows across the front of the dashboard here. And then we have this sort of two-level dash, which they're doing a lot nowadays. So we have this upper right here, which does have this stitching in here, which gives it a higher quality look, as well as a nicer material. And then we even have cool air vent indentations right here. As you guys can see, that's nifty as well. A nice touch, giving it definitely more than just some sort of boring metal look. It has a nice design to it, as well as, again, this sort of metal cutouts, which look nifty. Coming along here to the center, again, we get a closer look at those metal cutout pieces. Again, I think that's very nice design element touch. Let's continue with the wood. We have a 10.2-inch multimedia display system here, again with the Bose optional sound system. We have the standard gauge closet here. There is a digital one that is available that you can get. Then on the GT model, it's a flat bottom steering wheel, but I must say I love the design of this steering wheel. It's very functional, very soft. I like how we're able to put our hands here and here for driving. It's a very comfortable steering wheel. I think many people will definitely appreciate that. Now to start the vehicle, it's obviously push to start. Starts it up just like that very easily. And another great function on this car, which Hyundai has also implemented, is it allows us to maintain an auto temperature, but then adjust the auto blower speed from high, medium to low. So if we're just getting it's a hot day, we don't want to be blasting us, right? So we can make it low, medium, or high. Great feature to have. BMW does that. A couple high-end automakers also do that. It's nice to see it kind of trickling down to other automakers as well. Right here we have our gear selector to our 8-speed transmission with manual shifting. Auto hold, which is, again, many of you are probably familiar with that feature. It's where it will keep the brake pressed in as you press. Once you come to a stop with auto hold engaged, you'll continually hold the brake with your foot off of it if you're in traffic, and then when you hit the gas, it will release it. We have heated and cooled seats, which is a nice touch. Again, really nifty buttons. I love the interior, the different materials and shapes that they use to make it, unique. As you guys can see, it's a cool button. We have the drive mode selector. It will do obviously a little bit more to a different vehicle that's 290 horsepower worth. This one just adjusts, throttle response, transmission, things like that. Wireless charging right here. Also a good spot to keep your phone. I have a very large phone. It actually is able to fit in there, so it's a nice little storage space to have. More storage up here as well. We also have the USB for Android or Apple CarPlay. We have the charging right there, dedicated USB charging, or we have the standard 12-volt, 180-watt charger as well if you want to plug it in to charge your phone even faster. Now, the standard driver's display isn't bad. I like how they integrated this sort of purple color throughout. I think it's a nice touch. It's a pretty simple menu, as you guys can see right here. We can cycle through some different things like fuel economy, accumulated driving info, drive mode, navigation, attention alert. Also lets us know what's going on with our current drive safety settings. If we have lane keep assist on, it will show that as live. And then, of course, we have our speed info. Nice gauges. They're red. They look pretty decent. I prefer the digital instrument cluster, but for being a economy car overall, this is a nice base cluster. Another feature I really like are these higher end blinker stocks. I think they have not only a nice design to them, but a good quality as well, which is always appreciated. It's definitely an area I feel that some manufacturers try and cheap out on, but in this vehicle, they have a nice, again, touch, nice design, and good feel to them as well. The steering wheel, once again, absolutely love the design, very functional. We have all of our different controls here. This controls the screen right there. We have this right here for auto lane keep assist, so actually help you steer the car as well. We have distance guided cruise control, which can actually bring the car to a full stop in traffic and then continue on. We have our Bose speaker sound system volume controls right there, and then obviously phone buttons there. Moving into the multimedia system here, we have these soft buttons right here, right? So they're not an actual button, it's more of a touch screen that's actually the buttons, right? So for instance, if we want to go ahead and go to the map right here, we would press map, touch map, and then we can see there it is, right? If we want to do a navigation, we can do that. It's pretty easy to find places with this system, especially if you use the keyboard. It's a very responsive system as well, which is always appreciated. Very easy system to use. It's not going to blow you away, but it's also a good system overall. I really love this screen right here. So I feel like sometimes they try and give you too much information when you're driving the car. This is very simple. Shows you the time, the temperature, and then if you change the radio station, will show up right here, or what new song has come up. And then this right here is actually an outline of the road, but it's faded into the purple. So it does show your car here. It shows the roads, but it's a very subtle touch. Absolutely love this screen. It's also in Genesis vehicles as well as Hyundai vehicles on the newest and latest models with this new system right here. I think it's a phenomenal thing to have, and more manufacturers should adapt this calming screen as well. Going into the radio here, I think this is really nifty what they did here with the radio controls. As you guys can see, has the old tube settings, right, for old radios, how that used to look right in the back. Now, we can also function over here to FM, right, and then you can see there the dials. I think that's a really cool looking thing. And then you have your Bose center point controls right there, volume control right here. Obviously, it's on the steering wheel as well. Can go home, can scroll over here. Again, we have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available. We have our climate settings, sounds of nature. If you're driving and you just want to have some background noise, we have some different options for you as well. It's A little bit strange, but obviously something that's nice to have if you're, again, stuck in traffic on a long drive. You just want to chill out for a minute and listen to something calm that's not music. But yeah, overall, I think the Kia K5 is a phenomenal package, right? The base price of this vehicle is very affordable. It's incredibly stylish and also has a good interior with solid driving dynamics. I was actually quite surprised by this engine here that we have. It's quite performance happy. You know, obviously, I'm really looking forward to driving the higher output 290 horsepower engine, but this 1.6 turbo has enough power to have a little fun as well, which is definitely appreciated. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed our review on the 2021 Kia K5. If there are any questions whatsoever, please feel free to drop them in the comments below.